Vidya Bros.
Alright guys, welcome back. Yeah, but what's the bad thing about it though? Is that Nintendo not Nintendo, but I wouldn't give this product to like a 5-year-old. I mean, I'll give it to like maybe a 7 to 10-year-old, because of the sense that anyone 5 or below shouldn't be using this, because it's a cardboard. And even though it's high quality cardboard, because a company like Nintendo can produce that kind of stuff, it's gonna break. It's gonna be very easy to rip apart. And if you got a 5-year-old that has a temper tantrum, they're gonna just rip that thing apart in like 5 seconds, because they got pissed off at a game. They're gonna rip it apart. And then it's like you gotta go buy another one for another $60 or whatever. I mean, I would get it just to show it off on the show, though. I really kind of want to see what it's all about, but I won't go out of my way to be like, this is the next greatest thing in the world. Like,
wow, I'm so stupid. For some reason, I thought I got power bombs, but I got the spider ball. So that's why I can't break the door yet.
But like, I'm gonna get it just to try it out, because I do want to try it out and see what it's all about. But I don't. But I'm not gonna go and say, oh my god, it's like the next revolution where when the PS4 came out, everyone had to go buy one, or when the Switch came out, everyone got a Switch. Like, it's not going to be like that, but one thing that I wish that could happen, and it would make sense for Nintendo to do this, because they can make a lot of money off of it and make a lot of profit, is what if they take Labo and Amiibo and put it together?
That would actually be pretty cool. You play with these cool mini games using your Amiibos or something.
Yeah, no, but I mean not like that. Like you have your Amiibo figurines already. I mean, like you could build your own Amiibo.
Build your own Amiibo.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
But then I feel like that would also like hurt the people at the same time who are actually making way better custom Amiibos and way better Amiibo than what Nintendo's producing.
Well, you know what's so funny? I forgot to tell you earlier that I thought was funny.
What?
I bought a box earlier at Walmart of the Super Mario cereal. I didn't tell you this other thing though, so don't interrupt. You're gonna miss the joke. But the guy ringing up my cereal when me and my sister were saying, "Isn't that ridiculous? Now people are stealing stuff off of the back of cereal boxes because the box has the Amiibo that you can use with the cereal cut out, and the box is just left there, sitting there."
Wait, what are you doing over here, though?
I'm trying to get back to where it came from.
Oh.
Now that I have the spider ball, I can do that. It's just like a Metroid Prime 1, and Metroid 2 also had the spider ball.
Yeah, I know.
And the guy was like saying, "Really? That is ridiculous." And like, then I noticed the guy's name tag. Can you guess what his name was?
What?
Mario.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, we were just telling this guy about my cereal and how ridiculous it is that people are stealing stuff off the back of cereal boxes now. And then the cereal was the Super Mario cereal, and the guy's name is Mario.
That's very cool.
And he kind of looked like him.
That's weird.
He was kind of chubby and had a mustache.
Did you ask him if he had a brother Luigi? No,
I should have, though.
Or a girl named Peach?
That is a missed opportunity that I just did there.
If you guys know what Nintendo Labo is already, or because of my explanation, and if you don't understand what I was saying, because it's a little of a weird concept to try to explain, go watch the video.
Yeah, you won't see Sony or Microsoft doing shit like this.
No, but this is the thing though. Nintendo is the only company that will just go out of their way, not go out of their way per se, but like.
Oh, they kind of do actually.
But like, they're literally targeting every core audience. Meaning, you pick up a Switch, you will be able to play with people that are 20 and over. You'll be able to play with teens. You'll be able to play with kids. And I'm not talking about all the family-friendly games like Rock Band or the family-friendly games like Monopoly. I'm talking about, like, they literally have a section where it's like, these are for kids, these are for teens, and these are for adults. We have every spectrum.
They have Doom and Wolfenstein 2 on there.
Like, we have every spectrum of age category, like, fulfilled. Like, once Nintendo Labo comes out, and if it does any more popular after it comes out, like, you covered it all. There's nothing else you can do. Like, I don't know what else you could do to make anyone any happier, besides making your YouTube partnership program better and your fucking fan games.
Yeah, stop being dicks on the internet. That would be another amazing announcement if they made. I remember Angry Joe said that once, and I'm like, yeah, I totally agree with that. If they one day went like, hey guys, guess what? We're gonna stop being dicks on YouTube and all over the other parts of the internet.
It doesn't work like that.
That'd be amazing if they announced that they're gonna stop being dicks on YouTube, and on the internet with fan games.
In the sense of the Switch and anything else they do.
So now
you covered everything. Look. So. Actually,
shit.
Actually, the only thing you haven't covered yet, and I know there are people out there that are gonna hate me for this because I hate you as well. I hate you as well if you hate me for this comment. But Nintendo has not covered the only people they haven't covered yet to make them happy is the people that only, and I mean only, care about the highest quality graphics in their gaming.
The people that rather care about game graphics over gameplay.
Like, put it this way. Like, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Like, you have the Switch. You pull it out of it. You put it in the dock. You play it on your TV. It's 1080p. Okay. You pull it out. It's 720p. There are people that hated Nintendo for having a 720p screen when you could have put a 1080p screen on your Switch. But
got it.
But let me just ask you this though.
That I just said.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But let me ask you this though. You're complaining about having a 5.inch screen on your Switch that does 720p, but your 3DS can't even barely do 480p, and you're complaining about a 720p screen on a Switch. And how successful was the DS when it came out, and how successful was the 3DS when it came out, and it didn't even change anything much about the screen quality.
Except making the screens bigger. That's about it.
Yeah, but the actual quality of the screen wasn't any different.
No, no,
bigger screen.
Not really. Yeah.
Like they really just said bigger screen, but.
And the 3DS from the regular DS is like we're just gonna put games in 3D on here, and you don't need 3D glasses.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is though, since the DS came out and the original DS, they haven't broken the 480p spectrum, and that console was the best-selling one of the best-selling handhelds ever created. And they put it this way: you have a console like that, but then you have a PS Vita that has a way better graphical system than any DS or 3DS game on there. But you see how poorly that did.
Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't need super high quality graphics. You see, listen, like even to its day, you know something that's proven true, and it still baffles my mind, but it worked out really well.
What?
And it worked amazingly for Nintendo. If you want to talk about complaining about the best in entire graphics on a Nintendo system, that you need 4K graphics, you need all that anti-aliasing, you need super sharp pinpoint, non-noisy 4K 60 FPS or 120 FPS if you get it that far going, which is barely scratching the surface because not many games can really do that at this point, even on the highest end computers. But if you want to complain that you're not getting that on your Nintendo Switch, think about when Nintendo released the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, and then right after the Game Boy came out,
killed that one. Right
after the Game Boy came out, the Sega and Game Gear and the Atari Lynx came out that same year, and you know who did better?
Who?
Nintendo. And they didn't have, and Nintendo had a black and white screen, low quality graphics, and it beat out Sega and Atari by a landslide. So, if you're going to talk to me about wanting a console with the best graphics ever, then don't be a Nintendo fan then, because Nintendo is pleasing everyone but your asses, because they know, they even said it too. If we do 4K and 60 FPS, we're just joining the group of people and then we're blurring the line between everything now. It's just like, well, if we have 60 FPS and if we have 4K and 60 FPS on our console, right? Then what's the difference? then what's the difference of going to a computer? Even though the computer, I don't like to say this because I don't like playing computer games much. I like consoles better for the reason of exclusivity and the thing that console can do that PC just can't do in a sense. But computers do 4K 60 FPS or 120 FPS the best, and their quality is way better, and it's shown between an Xbox One X and a PC. The PC will always outperform the Xbox One X no matter what on 4K, and true 4K when it does it. But if Nintendo does 4K at 60 FPS, then what's the difference then? Besides, because if they did 4K at 60 FPS, you wouldn't be getting the handheld side of the console. First off, there's no way. And second off, then what's the point of saying, okay, now the fourth console that does 60 FPS and 4K, then what am I buying then? Am I buying a PS4? Am I buying an Xbox? Am I buying a PC? Am I buying a Switch? And you're getting the exact same thing besides exclusivity. The only thing Nintendo got running for them then, on their console now, is just exclusivity. Meaning, you buy a PS4, you're playing Crash Bandicoot, you're playing Bloodborne, you're playing Naughty Dog's Uncharted, you're playing the new God of War when it comes out. You're playing
Last of Us Remastered, Infamous Second
Last of Us. You're playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Then you got Microsoft coming out. Oh, you got Gears of War, Halo, Forza. Okay, and then,
which didn't do very well, which saddens me because
then you have Nintendo that's just coming out with yes, they're coming out with these weird games here and there, but you really all you're getting out of a Nintendo console then, if you do 4K at 60 FPS, is another Zelda game, another Mario game, and another Kirby game, and maybe another Metroid game after Metroid Prime 4. But I'm not pushing that.
Hopefully, we'll get more Metroid games after that because I feel like it's. Even though Metroid's never sold well in Japan, from what I heard, Samus Returns actually did sell pretty well.
I know, it did. It sold amazingly well.
So I'm really hoping that the same's going to be said about Metroid Prime 4.
Yes, but...
because I want more Metroid games. Like, it's series... This is what pisses me off, and we've talked about this before many times. Nintendo has all these great IPs. Like, they have Super Mario,
and they don't do a lot with them. Like,
they have Zelda. They have this series I never cared about, but I know people do care about it. They have Animal Crossing. They have F-Zero. They have Pokemon. They have Kirby. They have Smash Brothers, which has
Pokemon,
it's a fighting crossover game.
Pokemon, I don't really count into their IPs per se because that's Game Freak, really.
Yeah, but they're still run by Nintendo, essentially.
Yeah.
They have now they have Sonic, since Sonic games are on Nintendo consoles now. Like, they have... I know it's still Sega, but they're in cooperation with Nintendo. Is
not necessarily because after Sonic Forces and Sonic Mania, they went cross-platform again. They only had exclusivity with the Wii U and the Wii because they made a deal with them. But so it's just Sega being Sega now. But
it's like you have all these amazing IPs, and I know Sonic doesn't really count because that is Sega. You have all these amazing IPs, and and Mother also. I love that series to death.
Not that they really give a shit about that anymore. Except
that's what I'm saying. They have all these amazing IPs. They have so many different ones, and the main ones you really only choose to do anything with anymore are Mario, Zelda, Kirby, Pokemon. You don't really seem to care about Star Fox. You don't care about F-Zero. You kind of seem like you're starting to care more about Metroid now, which I do like that a lot. You don't care about Mother. You don't care about Kid Icarus because Kid Icarus Uprising sold. I don't think it sold very well, and people hated it because of the controls in it were bad. Like, you have all these really other IPs, but you do nothing with them or want to improve upon them because you just give up if they don't do well enough. Instead of being like, what can we do to make it better in the future? It's like, nope, let's just give up, fuck it. Like, I hate that. I really do hate that.
You know, there's two sides of the same coin, though, if you think about it this way, though. And I'm not trying to defend him in any way. I'm not trying to defend him in a large scheme.
And there hasn't been an F-Zero game in 3 console generations. Since the GameCube, there hasn't been an F-Zero game.
But put it this way.
Wait,
there are two ways to look at this. You can say that, and I know that Nintendo is really trying now with the Switch, because
which I do love.
Which is a thing where the only way you can make any game successful on the Switch and Nintendo's perspective.
Oh, we can't go
is
there.
You
yet.
really have to call it a Switch game, meaning Breath of the Wild really was a Switch game.
It started out on the Wii U, but they then ported it to Switch, and Switch, they're pretty much not too different.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, okay. Let me rephrase that. You have to make a game super successful now on the Switch from Nintendo's perspective. You have to make it a Breath of the Wild game. Meaning you have to innovate. You have to really innovate. And what was my point here?
This is Nintendo. Where I wanted to go.
Like you're trying to say now that you want, and I'm not trying to go against you because I do agree with you. But there's another point to this also where you have all these amazing IPs and you don't want to do anything with them. But then again, people will complain and say, "Oh, now you're just releasing another Mario game, you're releasing another Zelda game, and it's the same thing over and over again, and you're releasing another Kirby game, and it's the same thing over and over again." Like, I understand, and you're making other stuff like you made Kid Icarus Uprising because Kid Icarus didn't really have many games, and you innovated on that, which is good. And then now you're saying you want your old IPs back, which I understand, but you have to really innovate on it to really do anything good. And I'm not trying to say that any of the IPs are bad, but Nintendo has to make it a Breath of the Wild game for it to be successful now, because nothing else can top a Breath of the Wild like game. Meaning, Zelda really innovated on the franchise of Breath of the Wild. Mario Odyssey was the Breath of the Wild game because it really innovated with the whole Cappy feature. And Kirby is looking to be really innovative because it's taking the ideas from... I'm really
excited for Star Allies.
So am I, because Game Explain said that it looked like it's taking ideas from other Kirby games that we haven't seen in the past and slightly modifying them in a way where it works out in the best way possible and it's innovative. Now, that's the thing I like. And I
like that because with Kirby Star Allies, you can combine abilities, which you've never been able to do that in any game after Kirby 64 to Crystal Shards. Yeah. That was years ago. And it's like, I'm glad they brought the feature back. That's the one game where you could do that. And it's like, you're bringing back this feature from one of my favorite Kirby titles. This is awesome, and I'm really glad that they're doing that.
But, like I said, though, like, you have people that can complain saying it's the same thing over and over again, but once you make a Breath of the Wild type, I'm gonna put Breath of the Wild as a category now. Once you make Breath of the Wild a category in terms of games that Nintendo is making, you have a successful game. That's why the Mother series, as much as it is good, I'm gonna tell you this much: it's Mother 1, Earthbound, Mother 2, and Mother 3, and also the fan-made games.
Which I'm really excited for Mother 4, whenever that comes out.
It's really not going to be Mother 4 anymore.
Well, it's still going to be the same game, just different title.
Yeah.
If anything, and change enough assets so they don't get sued up the ass by Nintendo.
But in the whole grand scheme, the Mother games themselves really aren't that different from each other. Like, I don't see how Nintendo can take that series, though. As much as I would love them to try, I just don't see how they can take that game. Because people still want to know and will never find out the true meaning behind of what was to come of Earthbound 64. They will never know because Nintendo was really quiet in it, and no one has like an actual developer cartridge or development files or anything based on the game to really get any information on it.
Yeah.
So, and because we got Mother 3 after 10 years after Earthbound.
Yeah, Earthbound came around 94 or something.
96, I think.
96, somewhere around there.
But because of all that, people really and I'm gonna also point in this also with Sonic Mania. Also,
yeah,
people just Sonic Mania isn't like a Breath of the Wild type game. But you change it enough to make it innovative, and people still want that kind of 2D platforming and 2D game that came out of Sonic Mania, and then you have the Mother game. People still want a 2D game, and that's what Mother 4 was supposed to be, but it doesn't change it enough for it to be a Nintendo type Breath of the Wild game, and I don't see how they can ever do that again with the Mother series. I really just don't,
That series is pretty much an example of if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yes, but at the same time, like, and I will say that Nostalgia Critic also talked about this in their thing where if the formula is not broken, don't fix it. I mean,
yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Like when he made that video, I forget what it was though. Like he talked about like the Scooby-Doo thing.
Yeah.
It's like Scooby-Doo been doing the same shit for years and years and years. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But then again, Scooby-Doo is like so outplayed now.
Yeah, it is really overplayed. I actually used to really like Scooby-Doo when I was younger. I haven't seen anything Scooby-Doo related in years because I just don't care.
I mean, I did watch that Scooby-Doo not Get a Clue the one that went on Boomerang, whatever it was, the one that looked like Family Guy.
The Be Cool Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, and that didn't do well for them either.
I didn't care for it, and I haven't heard about it in like 2 years.
Because they just stopped it because they had problem with Warner Brothers Animation. Besides, fucking the only thing that they ever produce now is for Cartoon Network. And Can't Let Him Go, but that's not the point of the whole thing. What I'm saying is, if Nintendo tried to do anything like 60 FPS and 4K, you would literally be losing out on so many different things now. That Nintendo is known for. True. Like you can only make magical experiences with Nintendo. Nintendo Labo is one of those things where it is depending on what age group you are, and like I said, I am interested a tiny bit, but I'm not like, oh my god, I need to actually go out and get this. Like it's like, yeah, no, that's how I am. It's not like the Amiibo craze where everyone has to go out and get that shit, or like the Switch where the Switch craze where everyone had to get a Switch. Like Nintendo Labo is good for the right people, but that shows you that they can take anything they want. Nintendo can literally hand you an app on it and say, "This is our new product," and it's magical.
Would you say it's an Apple product?
No. What I'm saying is, like, they could literally give you a piece of paper and put a Switch in front of you and like, "This is our new thing," and for some reason, somehow or another, it will work for Nintendo. Like, whatever Nintendo does, it literally works out for them, except for a few things they did with the Wii U, but that was because of poor marketing choices. Not because... They
had the games to support it, it's just they marketed it really poorly.
Yes, but...
Like, those I pretty much have almost everything
don't get me wrong.
For the Wii U.
Like, don't get me wrong. The Wii U was a logical step in terms of what Nintendo should have done and could have done, but it's that same thing where, like I'm gonna go back to it, where I've said this multiple times. You have, like the PC, the Xbox, PS4, they're all doing 4K, they're all doing their own thing to make 4K what their version of 4K is, and their vision of 4K is, but then you had companies that were still doing like 720p and 1080p in the last generation.
So we will see you guys in the next episode.